I like a bit of Nikki Haley news because it's always so bad for her every time. Shall we do some Nikki Haley news chat? Would you like to see what Nikki Haley has up this week? Nikki Haley called out for allegedly sharing fake fan mail on Twitter addressed to herself. Now you may be thinking, how would you tell if it's fake? Oh, ye of little faith. Are you ready? Here it is. This is what she shared. Any of you that have used Gmail will be immediately aware that this is the window for sending an email. All that she did is typed this in the sending field and then screenshotted it like we were supposed to believe it was to her. Didn't even fill in a subject. In case you were wondering whether politicians generally lie even about small shit like this and like fabricate a support base, they fucking do. Now, Trump, I don't know if he's done this, but he doesn't really need to, because we can see the people at his rallies. You see tens of thousands everywhere he goes chanting "We love you" at him. He doesn't need to. Maybe he does, but he doesn't need to do it. So I don't think he does. Ron DeSantis might do. Vivek, probably not again, because he wasn't really trying to win, I don't think, but still, he might do. He might do this kind of thing. Nikki Haley, this is the time she got caught. Imagine how many other times she's done it where she didn't get caught. Also, I would like to reiterate, do you remember that Carrie Lake audio where Carrie Lake was extremely based, not only as an investigative journalist, recording the bribery offer that the leader of her state's Republican Party gave to her to off for 2 years, not only recording that, but also releasing it to the public. Aside from being a great politician in general, that offer was essentially, we'll put you on the board of a company, you'll get paid, and you'll just fuck off from politics for a couple of years. I mentioned during that stream, and maybe have mentioned since, do we know of any politicians, maybe Republican politicians currently running for office? Do we know of any of those who were on the board of a major corporation in the last few years? Do we know anyone like that? Is there any politician that was on the board of, I don't know, Boeing or something in the last few years? Oh, it's really tough, chat. I'm racking my mind here to remember who it was that was on the board of Boeing just a few years ago, when now we know with a much greater certainty than we did before that that is in fact what they do for bribes. Oh, I wonder. So yeah, this is what happened with Nikki Haley recently, her monumental up. Let's read a bit of the article. Let's see if she responded to this. GOP presidential candidate Nikki Haley is facing intense criticism after allegedly sharing what appeared to be a fake fan mail on Twitter. We haven't read the fan mail either. We might do that in a minute. The incident has caused a wave of backlash on social media, with users accusing Haley of deception and raising questions about the authenticity of the messages. Actually, chat, now that I think about it, there's a YouTube video I saw recently. It was a video called Hacking into Kernel Anti-Cheats, How Cheaters Bypass Faceit, ESEA, and stuff like that. It's about like Valorant game hacking. Not something all of you will have been interested in, but some of you may have seen it come up. The video is read by AI, sounds like it's written by AI, and every single comment except the top comment is like, wow, great video, thanks for posting this. And it's like a paragraph of just basically the same message. This was a great video. Hey, just found your channel. This is a great video. Like all these generic positive comments from people. Yes, no, it happens. It happens. People are botting and they're doing it with AI. The top comment said like, there's a lot of suspicious comments here, a lot of flaws in the video's content. This seems fake. But that video's got now 350,000 views, and it probably is going to get the channel a lot of support. So if you see a channel called Unity Research, be very suspicious, because it appears to be an AI-botted channel. So this stuff happens, and it's going to get more and more difficult to detect and prevalent as well. Haley took to her X account to express her gratitude for the kind words she to have received from supporters. She wrote, "Americans want a choice of selection, not a rerun, etc., bullshit, lies." She says, however, it soon became apparent that there was a significant problem with the fan mail she shared. It appeared to be fake. 10 years ago during Gamergate, this was common. Why is it still happening? Because the same evil people want the same outcomes. It soon became apparent that there was a significant problem. One particular email caught the attention of eagle-eyed social media. You would have to be very eagle-eyed to see this. The message, allegedly received from someone named Michael B., was addressed to Nikki Haley and contained a passionate plea for her to continue her fight. Now, here's the thing, chat. Here's the really brilliant thing about this. If she had to fake someone saying this, it means that not only did no one say exactly this, but probably no one said anything like this. It indicates this fakery not only indicates her dishonesty, but indicates her unpopularity. Because if there was a real message that looked like this, she wouldn't have bothered faking it. And if there was a real message that even looked similar to this, you probably would prefer to use that one rather than completely faking one. Because it's just lower risk. It's real.
I have an alternate hypothesis for this, which is she actually did get a message that is either this or at least very similar from someone, maybe not even with this name, but whoever's running her social media is incompetent enough that when thinking of, hey, how can we make this into a nice marketable post that we can put on this politician's social media, they went, I know, I'll post this into the Gmail window because that's a nice UI and I can use that and I can just borrow it. And the brain cells did not connect to make the point of, hey, maybe this will make it look like we're faking our own fan mail.
I was actually thinking about that possibility as well. It's a less entertaining possibility, except to the extent of it's just incompetence. But yes, that is possible, maybe even likely. But let's not rule out the possibility that they actually did completely fake it, because we've seen that happen before. That is worse. I'm not sure it's worse. I think faking it completely is worse. No, it's not even that it would have to be that hard to fake. Just create a burn. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be hard to fake. But so the theory of they are incompetent. Your theory, much of course, could be true, but the theory of they didn't even have a burner email or the ability to just edit the HTML directly of a different email to make it look like it was real. That's also an incompetence theory. But yes, this might have been real. But the thing is, Motch, why assume it was real? Like, I get what you're saying. You're probably right. But even with your theory, it doesn't have to have been real. it could very much still have been fake.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it does. It kind of does look like. Yeah, let's read it. Actually, it says, "Please do not give up your fight!" ! In a world that's become crazy with strife, we need a level-headed conservative leader to navigate us through the insanity. No one is more capable than you are to right the ship and heal this great nation. We need you, Nikki. This country needs you. Our allies and the beautiful people of this world need you. I don't want to see you give up, and I guarantee you there are millions more out there who feel exactly as I do. Michael B.
As cringe as that is also sort of just how boomers talk on Facebook.
It's plausible. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Wilson says they couldn't even get an intern to send one from their business address. Yeah, honestly, Wilson, fair enough. Like, that would actually be easier than writing a new one. So maybe it is real. Maybe it is real, and this was just the way they decided to present it. But, like, even if that's what happened, then they are being punished for their incompetence. Not necessarily rightly, not necessarily accurately, but still punished for their incompetence. I demand better psyops, exactly. Nikki says she wrote it herself. Females are more likely to use double punctuation marks. Not sure about that. I'd be curious what you're basing that on, Nikki, if anything. You might be right, but I haven't noticed that correlation myself. Wilson says, they are so stupid they took a picture of an unsent email. They were so stupid they couldn't even get an intern to send a praise email from their campaign address, and it would be the campaign address because they are... So yeah, I think I got what you were saying. Now, interestingly, I did notice certain aspects of this don't look quite right. I think what may have happened here is, because if you look at the images down here, they're vertically squished smaller than they should be, and the text up here is squished not vertically, sorry, horizontally smaller, and the text up here as well is. It also looks a bit like kind of the whole thing is made in Photoshop, and yet the text is squeezed. Let's assume it's not made in Photoshop. Let's assume that it's a real a real thing from like a Chrome OS, because it doesn't look like Windows or Linux. Assume it's Chrome OS, like Chrome OS or something else, or maybe Mac or something. On a Mac or Chrome OS, that this is a real Gmail pop-up. But what they've done, because the font is wrong as well. This font here is wrong. That's not a default. I don't think that's even available in Gmail. What they've done here is they have taken a screenshot of the Gmail interface, but it was wider than it appears here. And then they've put that into Photoshop, got the text from the either fake or real fan mail, and put it into Photoshop. And for some reason, squeezed down the Gmail thing, maybe to make it more presentable. So it's incompetence all around here. You don't resize things in one direction if they have any sort of like aspect ratio relevant components like text. And the font is just completely wrong for this. Now, this does maybe support the theory that this is just supposed to be representative, that this window here is just something that emails happen in. So they wanted to just sort of represent that that's what it is. Either way, even if they have not lied and wrote this themselves, massive incompetence has occurred. That, I think, we can all agree on and move on.